Hello, and welcome to what I guess is now this yearly thing that I do, where instead of gaming or screaming or singing a duet with a man in a mask, me and you just talk. How you doing? How you doing? You good? You good? Good. I hope you are. I haven't posted in a while. What of it? What of it? I had electrical problems because that's a thing I just have to deal with. I have to deal with electrical problems. I have to deal with sparking me in the face because, I tried to plug in some Christmas lights and lo and behold, been hitting the gym a lot, been trying to get swole, been trying to fill out these shirts a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Been trying to recharge because, everybody's more busy at work because you have a short month and everybody's trying to go get the damn thing that you got to get for the holidays because you can't just have a holiday where you don't have to spend money. No, sir. You have to go out and spend all your hard-earned money. You have to go out and fight with people, and you fight in traffic, and then go into the store where you got to fight with more people, and you got to stand in a line with people who don't even live in your town, who you've never seen before, because it's a sale, and we got to spend money at the sale. I'm sorry, I'm getting very angry. And that kind of goes counter to what this is supposed to be, because this is supposed to be a wellness check for you. So forgive me. Real talk, seasonal depression's kind of a bitch. A lot of a bitch. And I see a lot of people sort of dealing with it. And there's a whole lot of things that I could get into. And hell, maybe I'll do something like, I don't know, a podcast. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. A lot of people sort of my age bracket, where you're kind of coming out of being a youth or an adolescent or a young adult, and you're kind of getting into the throes of being like an adult. That's a weird phase to be in, because a lot of the traditions, whether you celebrate Christmas in the traditional sense or whether you even celebrate at all, there's a lot of just festivityness about the world right now. Everything's lit up. Everything's so pretty. People are out singing songs and wishing you a happy whatever it is that you celebrate. And there's just a lot of stuff that we don't typically do for 11 months out of the year. Now, yeah, in the U.S., we've got Halloween. Cool, okay, spooky and candy. And then we've got November with Thanksgiving. We eat a whole bunch. Okay, cool, I guess that's a holiday. December is like a weird time because, like I said, there's a lot of different holidays sort of in that time frame. And it's just, we act in a way that's different than how we act the rest of the year. And it's almost beautiful in a way because we have those moments where we hear the songs and we see the pictures and we may go to church, even though we don't go to church a whole lot, but we go to church during Christmas or whatever. And we see a lot of stuff that sort of like makes us think, Sometimes employers might let you off for a little bit extra time, or maybe they give you a little bonus or something, or maybe it's the other side and you're like overworking yourself because you work retail or whatever. And I feel for retail workers this time of year, obviously, all the time, especially right now though. There's so much sort of going on and it's overwhelming. And what is supposed to be a happy time becomes sort of a weird time where if you ever kind of get by yourself for more than a few minutes, you start having like these weird melancholy thoughts and feelings and everything. And like I said, it's kind of a weird thing for people, again, sort of in my age range, where it's like you're old enough where you're kind of, you're being your own person now, and you're sort of growing out of maybe the traditions you used to do, because frankly, maybe a lot of the people who you did those traditions with just aren't with us anymore. Or people have kind of gone their separate ways, or you've maybe aged out of certain groups or whatever. And things that when you were younger, you sort of took for granted as like, oh, this is always going to be, now all of a sudden isn't. And, you've got this juxtaposition of, well, I'm supposed to be happy. And when I hear this song or see this thing or whatever, it takes me back to a time where, this is what was going to happen. I was going to have these emotions, but then you also have this realization of, hey, it ain't like that anymore. It's not that way. It's not gonna be that way. Now, on the other hand, you can sort of take this mixture and say, well, I can make my own traditions now, and sometimes that's good. But still, again, when you kind of get by yourself, short days, long nights, sort of the cold, the, isolation that's sort of ironic because it's the time you're supposed to be visiting with people you don't normally see and everything. It's easy to get in your own head and start thinking weird thoughts and everything. And it's really important to, like, not let your thoughts yell at you too much, to not get too sunk down in those. It's a really rough time of year because a lot of people feel normal emotions worse. Like people feel like desperation and loneliness, or maybe some regret or whatever. And it all sort of culminates when we get through Christmas and we get to the new year, and we've had all these holidays, and suddenly we're all standing around watching some giant ball about to fall while we sing a minor keyed song about, for old time's sake or whatever. And then boom, it's back to business as usual. And we're supposed to just sort of pick up these weird feelings we've been feeling and just continue on like it's no big deal until we get back to it again next year. And then we're going to have these same things. And it's like we never really work through these emotions. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. And it's difficult to deal with. I know it's difficult to be in the right headspace to feel like you're in the moment or whatever. Like you're always like there's like some guilt. Like it's like, well, I'm thinking about this thing over here. I don't feel like I can enjoy this. And then boom, before you know it, the season's over and you've just been sad the whole time. I'm saying a lot of things to basically say that, hey, if you're seasonally depressed, don't feel bad about it. Reach out to a friend. Maybe you're diagnosed with depression or whatever, and this can just be a double whammy. And if that's the case, then you really need to be open and honest about your feelings, and find someone who's a rock for you. If you have a therapist or friends or family who are there for you or whatever. A lot of people make desperate decisions this time of year, and it's definitely, that's horrible. And it's always just a good thing to be open about feelings and just talk to people, sometimes the feelings we have are we think that they're unique to us, and the situation's unique, yeah, but a lot of other people are feeling the same thing, and sometimes it's good to just sort of let it out. And I know maybe it seems a little cheesy for me to sit here and kind of talk about, well, how are you feeling? How's your seasonal depression doing this time of year? But it's a dialogue that I kind of open and want to sort of, plant that seed into people's head, because a lot of people just need somebody to understand, A lot of people need somebody who can just be there and sort of just help them understand what they're feeling, help them relate. Now, I'm not a therapist on any level, but a lot of times I end up sort of hearing everyone's thoughts on things anyway. I have that face where people just like talking to me, and that's fine. I'll be that guy. If that helps somebody feel better, if that helps somebody, make better decisions, I'll be that guy. That's fine. I really hope that you have a good holiday season, and I hope that you get through it okay. We have to deal with a lot of things that we don't normally deal with. Maybe we talk to family we don't talk to a whole lot or whatever, and it's a lot to take on at one time, and it can be overwhelming, and it doesn't need to be overwhelming, Rely on your friends, rely on your close family, whatever your support circle is. Know that they're there for you, and really take the time to appreciate them as they will appreciate you. Again, I hope you have a happy holiday in whatever form you celebrate, and I will see you again. Take care.